Oh yeah, dude. One of your mods just said in the chat, "Say Christ is Lord." It's funny. There's this meme, this Shia LaBeouf meme that's going
Mhm.
around at the moment. Have you seen that one where he's like, "Say Christ is Lord." Say
Mhm.
Christ. He's like, my theology back in the 2000s was a bit more like peaceful, and now my theology in 2025, it's so true. Like, and I do think that like, man, I was thinking about the Orthodox Church the other day, and just like churches around the world in general. They're being driven out of Syria. They're being murdered in Syria.
Mhm.
They're being pitted against each other in Russia and Ukraine. They're killing each other over there. You've got the Armenian genocide that happened in Turkey. Same with the Assyrian genocide. You've got Nagorno Karabakh in Armenia at the moment where they're being
Mhm.
killed. You've got lots of Orthodox churches being destroyed in Gaza at the moment. Um, this is actually happening everywhere. And then
Nigeria,
you
like
look at
everywhere. Yeah.
Nigeria, they're getting killed. You then
Mhm.
look at Western Europe, they're getting invaded by Islamic invaders. These white globalist liberal scumbags are basically destroying these Christian
Yep.
European civilizations. We are at war on every single front imaginable.
Yep.
We are at war on every single front imaginable. And if we want to keep our civilizations intact, our civilization intact, then we have to really be thinking long and hard about this. We don't have the decadent world of post 60s West
Right.
anymore. We have some massive problems.
Well, and with that, like I would say, as terrible as the death of Charlie Kirk was, it was also it woke the Christians up, and it almost forced a certain level of unification in all of Christianity. Like, hello,
Mm.
this is happening. You need to stand up and do something right now, or you're going to get wiped out.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Like,
And I think that the idea, it's like one of the amazing things about Christianity is this idea of like loving your enemy, you know? But I think it does get bastardized sometimes, my own interpretation. But I think that there's some merit to this interpretation that love isn't necessarily just a passive thing all the time. Love isn't necessarily just like a doormat thing. You have to love them. Love is actually to will the good of the other. And if you want to will the good of the other, then you don't want them to go and chop their cock off and get that sort of surgery. If
yep,
you love the other, then sometimes you want what's best for them, and what's best for them might sometimes even require force.
yep,
So, but the idea of loving your enemy, that's a crazy idea. The left and the libs and atheists, they don't have this idea. Muslims don't have this idea. Jews don't have this idea. This is a specifically Christian idea, and the idea of forgiveness, loving your enemy, and also the idea that people have God's law written on their heart is also a Christian idea. Because in the other religions, it's sort of like you can lie to the non-believer, you can lie to the goyim, you have
yep,
that you like, treat them
yep,
like cattle in Islam and Judaism and stuff. But Christianity doesn't believe that. Christianity believes that God's law is written on our heart, and that we know that inherently, and we just need to accept the gift. So there are certain things about Christianity that are just so fundamentally different to other religions, but also can be perceived as, or can be, I guess, used in a way that's a bit more passive and weak at times too.